So as Sophie was saying, like Amazon is in all these countries here. The States is the biggest, whatever way you're looking at there. UK, Europe, and that actually can be fulfilled to all the 26 other European countries. They're in Japan, they're in China, but they're really battling in China. Basically, between Alibaba and the WeChat group, was it Tencent group, like they just dominate that, and I think Amazon's only got 5% share of the marketplace and just consistently struggling there. So that's interesting there. But obviously they are about to arrive in Australia, and so I was in Australia meeting with Amazon back in May, and with Fabio, who's actually he's setting it up and running it. He's spent 2 years in New Zealand for a tyre company, actually, an Italian tyre company. He's Italian. But so they're hiring now, and they are looking for a late November, December launch, and that's going to be a soft launch. They don't want to overpromise and underdeliver around Christmas time, but certainly a Q1 start is when it's going to be happening. But they are starting to build the catalogue over the next. I've got a call with them again on Friday, and they're getting their catalogue full. So when they do launch, well, not full, they're getting it built out from now going forward. And so this is a great opportunity for New Zealand companies that want to, really stamp their mark, getting in early on Amazon and getting on that page one. 86% of sales come from being on a page one search. And Sophie will look at the search side of things a little bit later on. But getting in first, kind of putting your stake in the ground and going, right, I'm going to claim the peanut butter category on Amazon, or whatever that category might be, is going to be a huge advantage. And getting there and keeping it's far easier than coming in late and trying to claim that spot. So there's all sorts of categories that'll just be open for business. 1/3 of Australians who shop online, which is millions of people, have said that they will switch to Amazon. They'll definitely be looking at Amazon when it arrives, and that was a survey of 1,200 people. I suspect it would be more than that once it arrives, and they start to prove their worth. So it's going to really change the landscape, not only in Australia but in New Zealand as well. And they look at Australia and New Zealand as one. And New Zealanders will be buying from Australia. So there is, just so you're kind of clear on how Amazon works from this point of view. So Amazon has its own products that they sell, like largely the tech products, like Alexa, and that's what I said that right, Alexa and their Kindle. They've got their own products, and then Amazon will also buy products from you, like wholesale. So if they like the look of your product, they'll go, we'll buy that. They'll pay you as little as possible and take for as long as they can to pay you. But enough people do that because they just think that that's the right way to go. But actually, Amazon doesn't really look after it that well. But they do that, and that's on Amazon. If you look at it, go ships and sold by Amazon, even though it's a brand you might be aware of. Or you can be a third-party seller. And then third-party sellers are, businesses, anyone with a business or even an individual can go and set up their products on Amazon. Okay, so the products that are currently in America don't necessarily end up in Australia. So Australia is going to be it'll be a whole lot of new products, obviously, like Australia, New Zealand kind of centric products, but people from the States or from Asia will be sending products down to Australia into the Australian warehouses there for purchase. Okay, so. And so people will probably, they could still shop in America for a while, but once that kind of inventory and catalogue builds up over time as more suppliers or third-party sellers put product in, it's going to be just getting better and better. So what is the impact on that? So if you're a retailer, a brick and mortar retailer, it's a problem, absolutely. If you are a brand owner, it's good news. Being on Amazon is you get so much free traffic or free brand awareness. Like for small companies breaking into Australia, previously quite a tough gig. But being, you kind of need to go that traditional approach and, maybe get into supermarkets or through big like pharmacy chains or pet store chains or whatever it might be with what you're selling. But being on Amazon people are searching, and if you're there, then they're seeing your brand. So if you control your brand and the distribution of that, and you've got your own e-commerce store as well, like it is going to support that. If you've got products that you don't control the distribution of, then you're in trouble. So it's a huge opportunity for any business. Well, for businesses, whether they're small getting going, there's a huge advantage there. For bigger businesses, they also need to be there and be protecting their brand on that platform. Because if you don't, then other companies, other people, other distributors might start selling it on Amazon.